New construction home builders have been feeling the pain of our shifting real estate market. No longer are the days of being placed on a buyer waiting list and paying premium prices. Unlike the past 2 years, you as a buyer have much more leverage with builders, but does this mean that you should get back into searching for your next home? We'll discuss this and more coming up next. Welcome to the channel. I'm Jason.fiallo, your native Virginia realtor and certified relocation specialist with Long & Foster Real Estate based in Northern Virginia. We'll review today's climate in new construction and how that could impact you if you're currently shopping for a home or closer to building a new home. But first, if you gained something from this video, please help grow the channel by subscribing today and smashing that like button. Now, let's get right into it. Buying a new construction home has been somewhat of a roller coaster ride here in Northern Virginia. During the housing frenzy, which started back in 2020, new home builders needed help to keep up with demand. The pandemic and low interest rates further enticed buyers to act, leading to a deficit in the housing supply. Also, many buyers were moving from urban areas to the suburbs because living further from the city meant getting more for your money, mainly targeting single-family homes. For example, look at what $1 million gets you in Arlington, which is just outside of DC, compared to Leesburg, which is 38 miles away from DC. By the way, don't you worry, not all houses in Northern Virginia are $1 million, although year to date, our average sale is $825,000. If you're in the market today, prices for new constructions range from the lowest price of $375,000 for a one-bedroom condo in Ashburn to $45 million for a 25,000 square foot mansion in Alexandria. Last time new construction homes averaged a sales price lower than 100% of their list price was back in March of 2020. This data point shows that builders didn't have to negotiate because they had buyers waiting in line, sometimes literally. Since then, we've seen several months where sales prices averaged above 100% of asking price, which is no surprise given our recent market. What would, however, be surprising is if we see this again anytime soon. I say that because of how quickly things have changed in our housing market over the recent months. Here are 4 leading factors driving the shift in demand for new construction. 1. Affordability. Fewer buyers who want to purchase a new home can no longer afford the mortgage payment. Some have opted towards waiting to buy and timing out the market, while others are making compromises with location or property type. Rental properties have surged in demand due to people getting priced out of the market. If you're considering renting until the market changes or want to discover the pros and cons of renting instead of buying, check out last week's video here. 2. Interest rates. Since January, mortgage rates have more than doubled, presenting severe challenges for aspiring homeowners and even some who are already under contract. In some cases, building a home in Northern Virginia can take as little as 4 months, but generally speaking, it's between 8 and 12 months. Unless your lender offers a product where you can lock your interest rate well in advance, you're at the mercy of the market interest rate 30 days from the settlement date. 3. Supply and demand. Today, we are much closer to a market equilibrium where buyers no longer disproportionately outnumber homes for sale. Part of why new construction demand skyrocketed had a lot to do with competing against other buyers. Tired of losing out to bidding wars and escalating offers above asking price, buyers targeted new construction houses instead. And 4. Remote work. Companies across the country had to adapt quickly during the pandemic by promoting health and safety, allowing employees to work from home indefinitely. While spending more time at home, people began noticing how vital things like having a home office were, needing a yard, having more living space, and so on. Since many of these remote jobs resumed back to normal, demand has tapered off. Now that we've addressed what led up to this shift, let's talk about whether or not it's an excellent time to buy new construction or if it's best to wait. The good news is that we see pricing improve. Loudoun County alone has 173 new construction properties for sale. Of those 173, 67 have already reduced their price, which comes out to about 38% reduction. That's significant considering where we were earlier this year. Not only did builders keep sales prices the same, but every 2 to 3 units sold would lead to a price increase between $10,000 and $25,000, and sometimes even more. Fortunately, for you as a buyer, fewer investors are in the market today. Part of the reason why prices escalated so quickly had to do with investors buying up residential properties, locking historically low interest rates and holding them as long-term investments, all while local rent prices increased by an average of 13%. Another positive we're seeing is more buyer incentives available. Side note, even during the housing boom, builders did continue to offer buyer credits if you use their preferred lender and title company. I recommend not getting caught up in those credits as drivers for using their preferred partners. While it's great to save money that typically had to be to the table out of pocket, I would shop around to get the best rate possible. In addition to lender and title credits, builders are offering design center credits, discounted upgrades, and other incentives tied to signing your contract by a specific date. Overall, now is still a good time to buy a new construction home. The pressure of the past 2 years has subsided, so you can be patient until the timing is right for you. It's a more favorable environment where prices have leveled off and you do not have to pay premiums like before. The one downside is that interest rates have significantly increased, so your cost to own is higher than it would have been. 3 strategies that many buyers are using today in order to reduce their mortgage payment are taking out an adjustable rate mortgage, buying down the rate, or using a 2-1 buy down. I recommend talking to your lender about those options and any others that can help. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you gained something from this video. If you have any questions about what was covered today or anything outside of that, drop a comment below.